When you're first getting started with WordPress, one of the most common questions is, what's the difference between a page and a post, and which type do I use when adding content to my site? In this video, let's go over the difference between pages and posts in WordPress. Starting with posts, let's go down the list. Number one, posts are good for information that is time-based. That's one of the biggest differences between posts and pages. In addition, posts are good for information that needs to be organized into archives, categories, or recent posts. Posts have a published date because the information is time-based and feature an author, category, and oftentimes tags. Posts are listed in reverse chronological order and may have breakpoints. I'll show you what that is in just a moment. And finally, posts oftentimes include a URL that has the date within the URL. So those are some of the common characteristics of posts. Pages, on the other hand, are a good way to publish information that does not change much, that is timeless and static information. With pages, the content stands alone. There are no authors, no categories, and no tags. Also, pages can have custom page templates, so each different page can look different than another page, whereas with posts, the layout is the same for all posts. And also, pages can feature parent-child page relationships and are often featured in the navigation menu. So those are the differences between posts and pages. Let's look at an example. I'm going to use the site Edify Movement, a nonprofit that uses dance to nurture, grow, and educate the minds, bodies, and spirits of dancers as an example. So when we look at blog posts on their site, I'm going to go to their blog. We see that there is an author as well as a date featured on their blog post. We see Leslie is the author and November 1st is the date of this blog post. And down below we see again Leslie is the author with the date of August 31st. We also see that this blog archive is categorized by the category called blog, and we also see here where it says read more, this is a breakpoint. So scrolling down, I'm going to click on the read more button. And we see that when I do that, we can now see the full blog post. Also notice that up in the URL, we have the URL has the date, which is another common characteristic of blog posts. Now, looking at the pages, we see that pages are listed here in the menu navigation list. That's one of the common characteristics of pages. Now let's look at the About page as an example. I'm going to click on About. And we see here that the content on the About page is about the organization. This information does not change. It includes their mission, as well as what they're about, as well as the bios of each of their team members. This information is timeless. It doesn't change. It stands on its own. And for that reason, there's no published author or date, categories, or tags. We also see when we hover over the About Us menu item here, there's a number of other pages which are all the child pages of the About Us page. So another common characteristic of pages is that they have parent-child page relationships. So those are some of the differences between posts and pages. When you're trying to decide whether you should create a post or a page, consider whether the information that you're adding to your site is time-based and unique in the moment. Is it recent news? Is it an announcement? If so, you want to create a post. If, on the other hand, the information you're adding to your site is about your organization or the mission or about some other kind of information that does not change, then you want to create a page about that content. So that's the difference between pages and posts. In the next video, let's go over how to create a new blog post for your site. So thanks for joining. I'll see you in the next video.